rest of the areas we just showed you, largely just some rain showers. There is maybe a little pocket of some stronger activity up just off to the south of the Waterloo area, maybe some more intense rainfall, but not even getting lightning with that one just yet. No. So not too strong there either.
No, so like as you mentioned, basically from just to the north of the tornado warning in terms of lightning, not much going on. It's just heavy rain there. And as mentioned, if you do have plans tonight, definitely make sure you keep the rain gear. Make sure you do have the TV9 First Alert weather app on your device to receive the latest information for your area. Again, quick recap, tornado warning is in effect until 7:15. This is for Linn County. We are seeing hail 1 inch in diameter. This is a new update from the National Weather Service. This was updated 2 minutes ago. Severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado is located over Toddville or 10 miles north of Cedar Rapids. This is moving northeast at 20 miles per hour. The Robbins and Lafayette area, this will be near you guys at around 7:05. Again, 7:05. For Robbins and Lafayette. Obviously, if you're in this area, you need to be in your basement, lowest level of your house. You can see right there on live pinpoint Doppler radar the area that will be affected soon. Again, if you're in that area, you need to be in your basement or lowest level of your house right now. Get away from windows. If you don't have a basement, again, lowest level of your house, interior hallway, whether it is a closet, whether it is an interior bathroom, and just make sure you have a lot of layers between you and the outdoors. In case something were to happen or go flying, you and your family stay protected. Again, that's what we're about here at TV9, is making sure you and your family stay safe. Jan, do you have anything for us?
Just kind of continuing to monitor that area where we're seeing some rotation, and that's, again, why we're still on. We don't have a confirmed tornado on the ground now, but this storm has had a history of producing a tornado about an hour ago, about hour 15 or so, is when it last, we were reported at least, that it had a supposed tornado on the ground. Some funnel clouds since then. Now that area of rotation kind of tracking off towards near Toddsville. So again, if you are in this area, please make sure you're in your safe place. I hope that you are, as we've been giving you that first alert for quite a while, Toddsville. But again, if you haven't just yet, if you've been waiting for whatever reason, now is the time to get to that safe place. Alburnett, Robbins area is still a good idea to be in your safe place too. Again, make sure you're in that lowest possible level under something sturdy, like a staircase, a doorway, something like that. Bathroom's always a popular location, as those tend to be smaller rooms with a little bit more stability too, and make sure to cover yourself up with anything that's around. If you are, again, in that Toddsville area, don't take time to go grab things, just get yourself to that safe place, but hopefully you've had those extra minutes, as we've been talking about this for a little while now, that you've been able to gather anything that you might need in those areas.
Right, and as we've made mention too, not only has this produced a tornado, but we have a lot of lightning being picked up as well. Matter of fact, just in that little storm, 29 strikes being reported right now. So lightning is very big with this system. Again, this is the Doppler radar indicated tornado warning. Earlier, this did produce the tornado over towards the Van Horn area. I'm going to go ahead and start the loop here over the past hour, because you can see how it just really started to get its act together across the area. And we'll turn the query off here. There we go. So you can see just how it just started to get its act together just south of Vinton over the past hour. We take a look here at the past couple hours, and again, you can see over towards just southwest of Highway 218 as it pushed its way through. We had that tornado warning, the first tornado warning issued, which expired at 6:30. Now this is the second one of the night, which goes until 7:15. Again, we're going to stay on as long as we need to make sure everybody is staying safe this evening.
Why don't we take another look at Max 3? Corey, you can give us an update on anything you've been seeing there.
Thanks, Jan. We've got a view from our Cedar Rapids City Cam up at this point. That is the part of the storm that is most concerning to us in terms of the ability to produce rotation, and you can see it broadly does have that look to it. In fact, if we take a slightly different look from our Hiawatha City Cam, you can see a better view of kind of that circular shape that we're talking about. And so if you just have that kind of look to it, it's definitely a rotating updraft. The front part is going left to right, and the back part will be going right to left. It's a little hard to see because it's not rotating so fast. You can see it right in front of your face, but the motion there is subtle. Same view from Marion, so we've got 3 cameras within the view of that. There are lowerings with this as well. Within the certainly the middle part here would be a spot to watch in terms of where this rotation is. The storm is holding together. The rotation has waned a little bit at times, but for the most part, we're still just keeping a close eye because that view would be the spot where it could take place. And luckily, the CityCam network is providing us a really, really good look at it. So if we could actually just keep that up in the 2 box, put this in the lower right corner, and you can switch back to max 1 or 2 up in the upper left.
Yeah, let's throw max 1 up there just again to remind folks of the area that we are looking at with that warning. You can see it here. So again, near the Toddsville area, near the Robbins area, looking like this is the area we are most concerned with. I'll tack on that velocity picture for you once again, which we do have the strongest area of rotation right now right around Toddsville. So please get to your safe place now if you have not already. If you know anybody, again, traveling along that I-380 corridor between Cedar Rapids and Center Point at this point, that is what we're looking at for where that rotation is going to proceed through in the next couple of minutes. Lafayette, eventually the Alburnett area. Again, we've kind of talked about the Tuma Soccer Complex, North Center Point Road as well. And we are going to continue to watch that storm as it's moving through, continuing up towards eventually North Alburnett Road, kind of brushing just to the south of the Alburnett area for us right now. And if you are tuning in and wondering if there's severe weather for you in your area, the only warning we have right now is in northern Lynn County. All the other rain across the area is non-severe at this point.
And as I made mention a while back, this is one storm you don't want to mess with. Just simply put, you do not want to mess with this system. It is now pushing its way across portions of 380. And we'll go ahead and zoom the map in a little bit so we can kind of give you the grand tour. So here's Lafayette, just to the north and west of Lafayette towards Alice Road. You guys are seeing some heavy rain. There's 380. There's Center Point Road over towards Barron's Pond and Woodland State Park. There's Toddville. There's Feather Ridge Road, Blair's Ferry Road. So the heaviest part is literally just to the north and east of the Blair's Ferry Road. There's, again, Palo, you're seeing some heavy rain at this time. Again, Shellsburg Road seeing some heavy rain, even some lightning at this hour. So, again, quick recap, that tornado warning is going to stay in effect until 7:15. At that time, we'll see what the National Weather Service is going to do, whether they're going to continue this or whether they will allow it to expire. So this is something that we will be keeping an eye on here in the TV9 First Alert Weather Lab. Jan, do you have anything for us?
Well, as we've been kind of watching this here over the last while, if you've been watching alongside for some time, you know, we've kind of checked back on the velocity scans every now and again. And I do want to do that once again. And one thing you'll notice here, I'll take us back in time a little bit. So this is about 15, 20 minutes ago or so. You can see that area of where the reds and the greens come together most closely. That's what we are typically watching here. Trying to get my little, there we go. So this area here, we'll kind of follow that along for a little while. And you'll notice it becomes less and less organized, right? Where it's not as clear cut. So that is some good news that we're seeing some weakening, maybe a little less organization in that storm, able to sustain that rotation there as it continues towards the I-380 corridor right now, pretty much right over Toddville and headed over I-380 at this moment, eventually up towards the Lafayette, the Alburnett area. But the storm really not moving too terribly quickly for us at this point, only about 15, 20 miles per hour during the entire run of this storm. continued reports from some spotters that the storm itself, as they are out there, is looking less organized, less defined. Again, that's some welcome news, but that warning is still in effect for us, and we are going to continue to stay on. Right now, that warning is in effect for Lynn County, northern parts of Lynn County, until 7:15 p.m. Radar indicated rotation. At this point, haven't had any recent reports of funnel clouds or touchdowns from tornadoes, but we did have that tornado was able to form a while back. This video coming in from Max near Atkins. Again, this probably a little over an hour ago now when this was taken, but that's the same storm, and that's why we continue to stay on, as it has had that history of producing a tornado. So if you are in the Toddville area, I hope that you are in that safe place. If you're just down the line from that area, as we've been kind of tracking that storm just on the other side of 380 near the Midway area, eventually Lafayette, please get to that lowest possible level and under something sturdy, and try to use as many things as you can that are nearby to help give you that protection, like pillows and blankets, towels, all of those things. Good ideas. Again, interior rooms, so avoid doors, windows, outside walls. And if you don't happen to have a basement, that smaller interior room is your next best option. But hopefully, again, not a mobile home or a camper. If you know anybody who may be out camping in the area that is included in this tornado warning, please make sure that they have that early heads up as we continue to track this here.
All right, real quick, I want to go over the tornado warning here. Again, this is Doppler radar indicated, as Jen made mention. This is Doppler radar indicated. We did have those videos and photos of the tornado earlier that pushed its way through. Quick recap from the National Weather Service. This is in effect until 7:15. This is for northwestern Lynn County. Severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado is located over the Toddville area or 10 miles north of Cedar Rapids. This is moving northeast at 20 miles per hour. You can see the heaviest part of the storm has just pushed to the north and east of I-380. It's making its way just, looks like, right or just south of the Alice area. There's Alice Road. Right here, there's Lafayette. So there's Alice Road and there's Alice. Kind of get your bearings here. There's Central City Road. So again, if you're in this area, this system is heading that direction. You should be, as Jan alluded to, your basement, lowest level of your house, away from windows. If you are in a mobile home, if you're in a camper, seek shelter somewhere. Get out of those, because those are very dangerous with this type of situation.
Absolutely. We've been talking about this storm here for the last little over an hour now. At this point, the only warning that is in effect is that one for Lynn County that, again, includes Toddville, Robbins, Lafayette, all of those areas that we've been letting you know about. If you are in any other part of the viewing area watching right now, wondering if the rain that is happening for you is potentially going to turn severe, that is not in the forecast at this point. Generally, light showers for most of the rest of the area. A brief heavier period at times, but right now the only lightning we have looks like is just to the south of Waterloo, and then again with that tornado warned storm right now. So this is the other batch that you may have a few rumbles of thunder just now, kind of pushing into the TV9 viewing area. And again, plenty of lightning has been associated with this storm here that we've been talking about, that is tornado warned right now, moving near Toddville, eventually, and Midway as well, eventually towards Alburnett, Lafayette. Those areas continue to seek that shelter and stay there until that threat has passed.
Current time is 7:13, so we are going to kind of keep an eye on this system as 7:15 inches closer to see exactly what the National Weather Service does with this warning. Again, we do have the lightning on the radar scan being picked up. Again, the heaviest part has just pushed through I-380. if you live near the Center Point area, just to the north and the west of the Robbins area, then we are seeing some heavy rain at this time.
So it does look like the National Weather Service is going to allow this warning to expire. So again, we'll stay with you here for the next 2 minutes or so, just giving you the latest updates and a recap of everything that's going on. But then we'll send you back to that regular programming here as that warning does expire. They are talking about everything that we've been mentioning here over the last short while. It is becoming less organized, that it's losing some of its strength and kind of dropping below severe limits for us, not producing that tornado any longer. The last time it was able to produce a known tornado or a suspected tornado at least was over an hour ago now at this point. It has kind of cycled through here over the last while. We've seen some funnel clouds. We've seen some good organization at times with that storm. So that's why we've continued to make sure that you are up to date with the latest. But right now, continuing to watch that storm weaken, and that is absolutely some welcome news.
And again, just to be very clear with this, there are no watches out. This is literally the only thing on the map is this tornado warning. Again, heavy rain to the north of Cedar Rapids, going towards Waterloo, Fayette, as well as Decorah. But right now, the tornado warning that's in effect for Lynn County, as Jan mentioned, looks like it will be allowed to expire at 7:15.
Yep.
So a little bit of good news, and actually just went off the map right there.
Let's do one last look, Corey, at the city cam there, just kind of show the strength of that storm as we've been tracking it here.
Sure. So that's the view from our Cedar Rapids City Cam of the dangerous part of the storm, which is the National Weather Service has analyzed, looking a little less dangerous, and visibly it is too. It's not looking quite as organized as it was even just about 10 or 15 minutes ago. We are losing daylight, so it's getting a little harder to see in the distance, but at least at this point, the view is of a storm that's still strong, still could produce some small hail, but the risk for a tornadic sort of activity, viewed again from a distance from our Marion City Cam, has, at least at this point, reduced. But of course, we are here always keeping an eye on things, and we will keep an eye on this one for the rest of the evening and provide updates as conditions warrant.
All right, and real quick before we do get you back to regular programming, just a quick thing. The tornado warning that was in effect for Lynn County has now been allowed to expire. Just make sure as we go through the evening and overnight hours, make sure you do have that First Alert weather app on your device to receive the latest information for your area. As of right now, for meteorologist Jan Ryherd, for meteorologist Corey Thompson, I'm meteorologist Eric Dean. Thank you for trusting us. Stay with your trusted local news source, KCRG-TV9. We'll get you back to regular programming.
Severe weather on KCRG-TV9, sponsored by AmeriClean.